For this week's video, I created the Halloween special artwork that will give you nightmare for the ages. वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। और जैसा कि तुम लोग जानते हो कि अक्टूबर विदाउट स्पूकी हेलोवीन आर्टवर्क एंड विदाउट फ्रेंडली बेनी स्पूकी एडिटर wouldn't be the October.
I'm sorry, we seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Welcome back to Benny Spooky Edit War. It's been a year and now we're back and better than before. I got some news, got some secrets right behind this door. Cause I can hear you thinking, Benny, what's that photo for?
Eagerly waiting for the next Halloween hit song. Benny, where are you, Benny? For this piece of artwork, I was limited to use only 15 images that I have. और मेरे प्लान के मुताबिक मैं वैसे भी 2 या 3 इमेजेस यूज़ नहीं करने वाला था, तो कुल मिला के मैंने सिर्फ 12 इमेजेस यूज़ की। एंड यू मे आस्क व्हाई वाज आई यूजिंग ओनली 12 इमेजेस। वो इसलिए क्योंकि ये जो आर्टवर्क है वो मैंने मेरे एक फ़ोटोशॉप बैटल के लिए बनाया था, जो मेरे और हेजी ग्राफिक के बीच में हुआ था। एंड यू कैन वॉच द फुल बैटल वीडियो ऑन हिज चैनल, लिंक बिलो इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन। नाउ ऑन टू द आर्टवर्क। You know what? Let's start the video and I'll do the further chit chat with you there. For this piece, I aim to create an old school Halloween vibe, drawing inspiration from the various references. और इन सब references में मैंने कुछ चीज़ें नोटिस की जो कि सब में कॉमन थी and decided to incorporate them into my artwork. In most of the artwork, there was this leading line of patterns in them, जो कि viewers को guide करती थी from the foreground elements to the spooky house in the background. To achieve this pattern, I utilized the same mountain image in multiple layers, crafting a landscape that seamlessly transitioned from the foreground to a cliffy background. और फिर background mountains के लिए मैंने फिर से वही image का यूज़ किया और mountain को separate कर दिया ताकि मैं उसे easily edit कर सकूँ आगे जाके। With the landscape in place, I added a spooky twisted tree trunk in the foreground, along with some dried trees scattered across the landscape. I then populated the scene with pumpkins, placing one prominently in the foreground and others in the mid and background, near some graveyard stones. Next, I introduced a dramatic moody sky, a quite essential element in the Halloween art. और फिर मून को भी ऐड कर लिया as our light source. Then it was time to include the main thing in the artwork, where all these leading line elements takes you to the creepy looking house in the background. The creepy house needed some alternation, so I used the warp tool to give it an unsettling twisted appearance. Similarly, मैंने फिर puppet warps का यूज़ किया और trees को थोड़ा creepy shapes दे दिया. For added intrigue, I placed a massive pumpkin atop the house, and of course, we can't forget the bats. With the element in place, I began color grading and blending the images. I aim to achieve a realistic look by adding atmospheric perspective. And to do that, you have to make your foreground objects darker and contrasty while brightening and reducing contrast in the background elements. और तुम चाहो तो fog और mist को भी ऐड कर सकते हो to give that distant effect. Now If you look at these Halloween artworks, then you will find that almost every artworks have these two dominant colors in them, saturated night blues and vibrant oranges for the pumpkin. So I try to replicate that too. I started from the background towards the foreground. This moon was just floating there in the sky, so I blended it in the clouds and added some glow to it using the layer style. For highlights and shadows, I painted them according to the light source. When it comes to the house, if you see the other artworks, then you will see this yellow oranges color they have used for the windows and doors. तो फिर मैंने लासो टूल का इस्तेमाल करके विंडोज़ और डोर्स का सिलेक्शन किया और फिर सॉलिड लेयर्स का यूज़ करके उसमें कलर फिल कर दिया। और जबकि मेरे पास ये सिलेक्शन है, आई कैन ईजिली पेंट सम मोर कलर्स इन देयर। So I painted some bright yellow and saturated orange to give it look like a Benny did in this artwork. Also, I added the glow using the blending modes, then painted the glow highlights where it required. Then I continued painting highlights and shadows on the remaining objects. शुरू में मैंने कलर बैलेंस का यूज़ किया था ऑब्जेक्ट्स को कलर करेक्ट करने के लिए एंड टू मेक देम नाइट ब्लूइश, बट जैसे जैसे मैं आगे बढ़ रहा था द कलर्स वर गेटिंग लिटिल बिट ऑफ एंड इफ़ यू सी इन दिस आर्ट वर्क्स दे हैव दिस कंटिन्यू कलर स्कीम गोइंग थ्रू आउट द आर्ट वर्क. टू डू दैट I used the hue and saturation adjustment to give that night bluish tone to the objects. I used the same techniques for the pumpkins that I used for the house windows, and it was easy to do this time because the pumpkin was already carved, otherwise I have to carve it by myself. Anyway, I repeated the same steps for the remaining objects, so no need to explain anything now, so enjoy the speed art.